Hi, thanks for joining me on Wilderness of the Monty Patreon. I'm going to fish the upper Owens for you again because I think this is the last chance I'm going to get to fish it for about 8 months. So I need to do it now, and you're going to see it. But before I go and fish that, I came back to the dam of the lower Owens with the Pleasant Valley Dam where I saw the brown yesterday that I couldn't get it to bite when I was fishing for YouTube. I'm going to go right up there and try to catch that fish really quick before I drive to the upper Owens. Now, I know I'm probably not going to catch that fish, but I'm going anyway because I can't help myself. So let's go. So between me starting here when I got to this section of the river and then going back after I shot my conclusion so I could make several more casts, I pretty much have blown this spot out. But because I saw that big brown flash its tail on like the first cast I made, I'm just gonna give it one more try because I'm probably not gonna make it back to the lower Owens until next year, maybe. I might come back here and fish one more time for Patreon if I could do it before there's too much snow. But we'll have to see. The only thing that's gonna help me is the low light because I threw this thing so many times here yesterday. That fish came from a diagonal shot there, but I'm gonna start here, I'm gonna fan cast this whole pool, and then we're gonna get out of here. And my first cast was horrible. All right, let's see. There we go, right up under that bridge. Come on, big boy. Ooh, there we go. Oh, that ain't the big boy though. It ain't the big boy. Well, when it first hit, I'm like, is that the big boy? It ain't the big boy. This is the big boy's little cousin. There you go. It's a nice brown trout. No big boy. Come on, big boy. There's a big boy in here. There you go. Is that the big boy? It's not the big boy. It's not the big boy. It's another one of the little boys. There we go. Nice brown. So these little guys getting this thing, I think is killing my chances for the big boy. I want the big boy. But it's hard to get the big boy when these small guys are grabbing it. I think my chances are blown for that big one. I needed him to get it on that first shot. Oh, 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 oh. I might have gotten the big boy. No, it's not the big boy. Oh, he got off. Good. I didn't want him anyway. My hands are wet and cold right now. They're hitting in this low light though, man. I know that big fish is in here. And he's just not cooperating. I'm gonna do the fan cast and then I'm gonna get up there and then we're gonna wrap this up. Came downstream to the spot where this guy was fishing yesterday, and it's a really good stretch. I made some cash yesterday, but I didn't get anything, but I hooked something good right here. I think it's just a hard fight rainbow, but whatever it is, I nailed him right on the other side of the stream. He hit that jig as soon as it hit the water. I dropped it right in front of those bushes, and he just nailed it, man, nailed it. And I guess the guy was waiting yesterday a lot. There he is. Let's get him up over this water. It's a little brown. Let's see what we got here. Ah! Come on. Come on, buddy. There we go. Nice brown. There he is. That's a nice brown right there. Look how pretty that fish is, man. And I'll show you where I got him. So that fish was right on the bank, straight across, right there. And again, now that I have the control again with my mono, I'm able to soft toss this thing right off the bank. That landed about 6 inches from the bank. And this is that pattern where I throw it across the river, I pop it a couple times, and then my lure's blown out of position. So I fan cast that far shore, and I just put my jig right in that water along the far shore. I jig it a couple times, and then by the time I hit number 4, my jig's out of position. But I can just soft toss that, and there's fish, man. That's gonna do it. That was a quick half-hour hit, caught a few nice browns, and now I'm gonna head up to the Upper Owens. And make no mistake about it, I'm going there for Patreon to fish the inlet to Lake Crowley, that slower, wide area where I saw that big brown. I'm going back for that big brown, even though there's no expectation that I'm gonna catch it. I'm still going. And while I'm driving up there, my dashboard burritos will get a chance to cook on my defroster. And I roll bean, cheese, and chicken burritos in a flour tortilla, wrap it in foil, and then you put them up on the dashboard, and within like 20 minutes, you have a nice, warm, melted cheese burrito. They're really good. I ate 6 of them yesterday. So I got 2 left over, and then I'm gonna power those on the way up there once I start driving, and it'll be good to go. So, and another layer of the onion is unpeeled. I'm gonna head back up. I wanna fish the entrance to Crowley. If I get a big fish, we'll wrap the Patreon there, and I'll try to do some YouTube. If I don't get something over 16 inches in that river mouth, I'm prepared to fish the entire Upper Owens. Okay, so let's just see how this plays out. Either way, whether I'm fishing for YouTube or Patreon after the inlet to Crowley, you'll get to see everything. But thank you so much for subscribing to my Patreon. This is kind of a bonus clip because I saw a big fish yesterday and I had to go back. So thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani Patreon. Thank you for subscribing to my Patreon until I get to the Upper Owens.